Welcome. Welcome back. My name is Melissa Brace, and we're going to do a Starseed reading today for the collective consciousness, as well as a little bit of a channeling. So I've been feeling Mother Mary and David Bowie all day. So, as well as some others. So I don't know who else will show up. But I've been nudged to do kind of a cosmic Starseed reading for a while, maybe like 3 months. And I've been putting it off. So here we go. I was just shuffling, grounding, and I'm going to pick a couple of Starseed cards to start with, and then we'll start the channeling. The first thing I got out of the Starseed cards was signs. And I pulled these a second ago, and then I had the camera off. So please forgive me, but I'm just going to keep these cards. The universe has been gently nudging you forward by revealing to you signs and synchronicities. That's really strong today because I was hearing all day, like, watch the signs. Pay attention for the signs. So I asked for clarity and direction in my meditation today. And so I was getting that. And I was feeling Mother Mary and feeling roses, and she's doing this again and again, where there's like rose petals and that rose smell. And so she just wants to say, I want to bring all of you a wave, a rinsing, a cleansing of divine love as we rise into the higher frequencies, a higher 5D. And she says, I just want to bring you that unconditional love. If you've been tired or are releasing burdens in your transformations, then she's going to give us a little help if we would want. And David Bowie steps forward and he says, hello, everyone. I would like to share with you that we are being coded and downloaded and aligned with our highest good in a new level, in a new way. Of higher frequencies right now. And so we've just gone through a big wave, and he says you'll be waking up to some of your realizations, your wisdom inside, your knowledge inside. And he says we are delighted, the celestial beings are delighted to watch as humanity continues to wake up a little bit more and a little bit more, each and every one of us, and we come together, and it's almost like we build like a chain of connection, true connection, light between each other and all around the world and in the universe. And he says, so many of us have been helping with the synchronicities and changes and sending signs. And if you're feeling like, wow, where did that information come from? Or where did that dream come from? Or what's going on here? Just know that the light, the cosmic divine guidance is with us, and is helping us on our journeys through this life and these times that have been written about for many a years. He says, keep freedom in mind as we continue to keep clearing away some of the old ideas and mindsets and fears that we've all carried, all of us. Pardon me. And he says, we'll be welcoming some balancing and some justice in this year of 2021 that we're not expecting. And that just means the balancing of things that are so distorted and so imbalanced that have been hard for human beings to ever move forward and come out of the pain and suffering that we've gone through, the losses and things. And he says, I'm watching, it's almost like humanity is chipping away at each layer of darker, lower energies. And each human being is almost like having a little bit of an argument inside, like as we shift and grow and change. And he says, we're really, really delighted to help. And he says, please be your unique, true selves. And that will help you find your way home. One of my prayers, he's showing me this, one of my prayers is help me to find my highest potential, highest good, and how can I help? And so he says things like that, like affirmations, like clear confidence and things like that, clarity, confidence, freedom can help as we keep replacing some of the old programs in us, those old patterns that we all have them, as we keep replacing them with the beauty and the light of the truth inside of us, the truth. The universe is watching us. He says the universe is watching us. It's almost like making a bed. Have you ever gone a really long time without making the bed? And it's the bed blankets are all knotted up, and who knows where that one pillow is? It fell off the other side. And if you're me, I find things like glasses in the bed with me sometimes, a book, all kinds of stuff. So he says, so we're kind of clearing that out and smoothing out the wrinkles. Human beings are helping smooth out the wrinkles of the fabric of the frequencies of the planet. And Mother Earth, he says, is having, it's almost like redemption or freedom. And he says, so all of us together, from the highest multi-dimension to the core of the earth, core of the divine, beautiful planet that we live on, is being, it's like the sheets are being shaken out, gone through the wash, and we're starting to replace some of the wrinkles and make sure the edges are on tight enough where we don't, if we get in the bed and have it like at the edge, the corners just fly off and you go, oh God, you got to get up and then pull and push and tuck it all back in. And he said, that's what we're doing. And the universe is watching, and there's a lot of divine help for us. And we can listen inside and hear more strongly, each one of us. He said the Syrian system, Syrians, which would be a race or a description of a type of being from a certain solar system, are coming to help with the restructuring, and it's almost like the ironing out of some of the wrinkles. And then we put the top sheet on, and we put the pillowcases back on, the pillows, and we fluff it up, and it starts to smell a little bit better. And then like if you're me, I love the bounce smell. And then you put your blanket on. It's so perfect and so smooth. And he says, believe me, you all will have help making your beds as you come home. And together, thank you. He says all of us are rising up, which is one of the other Starseed card that fell out a minute ago. Transcendence. Transcendence is what he wants to say. Talk about transcend your mind's limitations and allow your soul's light to truly shine. And if you want to, we can all take a breath and expand our light out of our hearts, out of our cores, out of our form, and expand it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as we become one with the universe, flow, in the symphony, he says. And Mother Mary is saying that's where I'm bringing rose petals as we get the bed made and the creases out and it's all straight. And she says, we'll just put some rose petals on because this is also a sign of its universal love, connection, companionship, and unconditional love, awakening, the higher love. Remember that song? Bring me a higher love. Sorry, don't listen to that part. That is what she's bringing us. It's like coding, downloading, and so we will have connection and synchronicity with others of like mind and like frequency. And that is in the higher love frequency energies. David Bowie's nodding. I'm going to pull a couple of David Bowie cards because they're cool. And see what we got, if there's anything else that they can bring us, any messages they can bring us. And I'm saying thank you in my head. He said, listen for the bell, listen for the tones, listen for the tones to change. And so it's almost like he's showing me, have you ever walked into a building or a house or, spaces outside, inside, and it just feels cold and creepy. You just want to turn on all the lights or run, or you should not be there. He says, watch those that's an extreme, but watch those frequencies shift as you shift your mindsets and perspectives. It will shift that in your body frequencies. He says, keep clearing. He says that cannot be, you would be underestimating it if you didn't continue to clear and balance, clear ground, clear and balance. And he says, listen, the divine planet that you live on, Earth, Mother Earth, will talk to each and every one of you and connect you with the highest multidimensional light of God as well. Interesting. Okay, so I got a couple. I've got the 7 of clubs, 4 of diamonds, Queen of clubs, 5 of clubs. Interesting because I'm going to put them all up. So the 5 of clubs might be written communication, and it might be organization. It might be pulling together plans, ideas. It could be contracts. It could be buying a new car contract. It could be contracts between people, and it could be soul contracts. So he's also mentioning divine sacred unions coming together, and not just romantically, but it means like soul tribe, soul family, many different people coming together for purpose. Pardon me. Always have allergies. If you have a certain direction, if you're a spiritual person, if you are about music, if you're about cooking, if you're about children, you'll be directed to, divinely directed, he says, to connect with others that have the similar frequency and ideas and desires. And there will be different new soul contracts between people in the higher frequencies. And this time, some of the spiritual people might be like, ugh, soul contracts. But these will be more clean, higher program, higher love. So the next one I got is Queen of Clubs. And that could be a literal person that you're connecting with and maybe having a connection with. This energy would be well put together, maybe even well spoken. And here's the 4 of diamonds. This could go with this as well. So if you have a connection to build together, something new, and that could be abundant as well. This one, the 4 of diamonds for me would indicate right now, at least in the energies, that it's a very plush or abundant idea that you pull together and maybe even draw out blueprints on how to pull things together with other people. And if you are not around other people, if you don't have divine counterparts, soul families, I know I don't have counterparts around me anywhere for a really long time. But your soul families and soul tribes, you might come together and have ideas and almost like activate them together. Could be even on accident. because you hold similar frequencies and have similar mindsets, and that brings, it's like a flourishing energy. It's like a lavish energy of creation and manifestation. That's beautiful. I have the 7 of clubs also with David Bowie, and I am not picking up enormous amounts of energy off of this one. But what I am picking up is it's sort of like in the stages where you put everything together. It's almost like when you get something that you need to put together. I don't know, let's just say you're going to put together a table and chairs. Well, you have to have all the screws, you have to have the A and B parts that go together, and you have to align them in all the places. It's like that's going on in the cosmic part of the universe that's helping us find our human physical ways and directing us to each other and directing us to our next idea and connections. And he says, watch the signs, watch the signs. He's laughing at me. He said, even if someone has put you down or will try to put you down and told you can't do it, remember Elvis, they told him he didn't have a good voice and he was stupid. Look what happened. He said, be yourselves, and align in your form as you come home, as you ascend, transcend the lower frequencies. And he says, you'll be surprised at some of the people that are really working on, that have been really having hard times in the past years. The people that have possibly had visible trouble, financial troubles, messed up, harmed, sick, have addictions, things like that. They're really possibly recognizing, some of the people are really possibly recognizing in themselves how to take off those layers and transcend past anything that they've learned and anything that they've gone through. And so the next part is that I pulled a few more cards, and these are cool ones. So I've got 9 of hearts, which pretty much tells it all. It's like finding your sweet spot in recognition in the physical plane. So finding your sweet spot. Ace of hearts. That goes with that. Oh, Ace of hearts. New piece of foundations in love, higher frequencies. It doesn't have to be love relationships, but that's a big theme lately, I guess. And it feels like, yes, he's saying the divine God, the hand of God is pushing us together. So if you feel a tug inside, try to follow your instincts and continue to be yourselves. Dress like you dress. Wear your hair like you wear your hair. And don't let anyone try to change you. But if you have an idea, like I really need to... Yesterday I had this one. I would really need some celery juice. And I just kind of recently moved, so I don't have my juicer. And so I thought, oh, where can I go get some celery juice? Or at least just eat some celery, you know? Follow your instincts inside. If you need to be around art, you need to be around UFOs, then how can you do that? How can you learn to do that? I got the Queen of Hearts and Ace of Clubs. And in those two, that could be a person, could be a loving, generous, gentle person, almost like innocent but strong. Maybe innocent's not the right word. Fun, loving, nurturing, supportive, strong, and home. So those two cards together indicate that you're going to find your heart being called toward home. And that could be a structure, solid structure, but it also could be layers and layers of other things, like the people that you're around or the job path that you're on. If you want to nourish and nurture people, you should work around food. Your art can be food preparation and sharing and feeding others, nourishing others. If you're called to help people find justice and balance after being wounded or harmed in some way, then there are many ways you can do that with the counseling of human beings, or the justice system needs a lot of light. Or just helping someone that feels alone. Home. I'm feeling it's almost like a clearing, and will bring some clarity to a lot of us about what direction home is. They've also been saying this for months. They've been saying stuff like, when you realize, when you have clarity, it'll hit you like a brick, or when you realize, because I keep going, what am I not seeing? So it's part of my personality piece to not notice what is right in front of me until the last minute, till it hits me. It's just a little bit funny. And we've got an 8 of hearts, lots of hearts. So the hearts would be emotion. That would be the water signs. And what else we got? That 4 of diamonds again. 7 of spades and 2 of diamonds. So anything you've been worried about, this is an enormous amount of worry. So if we've all been worried or stressed out, or sometimes we would call it, the spiritual people would call it, our egos are overtaking us. So we're scared, or refusing to do something, or being really stubborn, or what else? Egos can do. Be ridiculous is what they can do. But we've all had moments, and we all have pieces of that. And it feels like if we have been over worried, like worried, can't sleep, scared. Look at that groovy picture of David Bowie. He says, let that gentle energy, keep breathing deeply, and let that gentle energy come over you, because you all will be surprised at what the actual divine blessing is coming for all of us in this year, 2021. Sorry, I just keep getting them upside down. Because in this, there's the 4 of diamonds, as well as the 2 of diamonds. And the 2 of diamonds always, to me, is surprise. Choices, surprise. And it could be blessings, really big surprise blessings. And it could be something that you thought was impossible. So keep dreaming big, he says. And know that 2021, although it might have some knocks and bumps, and there's much sadness and loss and lack upon the planet of the mass consciousness of the planet, and because of all of the distortion and the darkness for so long. But the darkness is unplugged, and we're vacuuming up. Human beings, the divine is vacuuming up as much as possible and helping us transcend all of that and come into the higher love. And so he says you will be super surprised at how good it can get. And remember, you can have everything you can have. All of your dreams come true. You can have balances in your families and friendships, and